EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Tonight we put a bow on Week 15 with a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Dragons of Tokyo.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no return here to start. It's a... And they will set up shop at the 25. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
You look at this Saints defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now here's Mahomes.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Yellow. Hey, 15.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Yardage on this one, back to the 13. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Richardson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now it's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Now Richardson going to shift things up. They'll motion McLaurin left. Richardson looking to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now Mahomes.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And you look at this Saints defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week. That pressure on the QB is key.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Mahomes again.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. A gain of 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Ready? Cowboy 80, trap 60, trap 60, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Go, Reed, go.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Wide open receiver complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's Richardson to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
65 track. Mustang 19. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Richardson going to move him around.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Fire down these two. 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man, Hamler, that's complete.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Yellow.
Now a 2nd and 10.
On Sunday. Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Yellow.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
60 Vikings. Dragon 60. On the ball now.
Richardson off the play fake.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Attack, attack!
Mahomes going to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Yellow.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Attack,
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, yellow, hey, go gun, go gun, go gun.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Okay,
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Tight end. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Elijah Higgins
From 8 yards out.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown.
Quez Watkins.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Dragons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is down to 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing.
Okay,
but as
ready?
long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Set. Buffalo 18. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Go.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead.
It got his man complete. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 44 yards.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 33, here's 2nd and a couple.
They go play fake. Mahomes steps away. Throw left side complete. That's more. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. Give them 18 on the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
And bulldozing his way through.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Let's go,
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He may go. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Attack, attack! Yellow!
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Chris Watkins. His second touchdown of the night. And the Dragons are able to cut into that deficit. Slide for the PAT. And the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Saints 41, Dragons 17. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Some strong running at the 20.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Try to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Well, they'll let McLaurin try and run. And a effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now it's Richardson.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Anthony Richardson.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Trap 60, trap 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Richardson will throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Flush to his right.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown!
Chris Watkins
With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Dragons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Sly on for the extra point.
Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Richardson now on 2nd down. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, and
Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Ready, break.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Ready.
Richardson on 3rd and short.
That is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hey, color. 15.
Mahomes will try again on second down.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side to Higgins. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome.